This is Ayman Khan here for Boxing Social in association with Betfred, and today I'm joined by the one and only Josh Adewale as he returns to the ring for the first time in over a year on the Black Box Management's Boxing Heist debuting bill on the 6th of November. First of all, Josh, how are you?
Yeah, not bad. You're right.
Yeah, I'm not too bad myself. It's good to speak to you. Josh, as I mentioned at the start there, you're going to be back in the ring. And as I said, it's a long time out. Just how happy are you? You must be really happy to just be getting back out there again.
Yeah. Of course, I've had a few shows that I was meant to be on. One fell through at when I was actually at the weigh-in. So all the fighters were at the Peacock gym, and my opponent had pulled out a couple of days before, but I had a replacement, and the main event fell through, and the whole show got pulled. And yeah, I had the same problem with the same opponent another time a few weeks later, and yeah, and then obviously when I was with MTK, I had the Bolton show fall through. So yeah, it's been a bit of headache, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean there was talks of you fighting Billy Underwood, and then there was talks of you also fighting Kevin Revell as well. How frustrating a period is that for you to have had those fights be very near and then kind of get pulled at the last minute, those opportunities being taken away from you?
Yeah, no, it's a joke. The Kevin one was 10 days out. That was the one I was talking about in Bolton, where the whole show got pulled. And then Billy obviously pulled out on two different occasions, twice in a row. So yeah, no, it's not being fun.
Yeah, and that Kevin fight had a lot of spice to it as well, which was one that you would have definitely loved to have been part of.
I would have loved to have been part of both of them. But yeah, no, Kevin, I sparred him a couple of times, and I've I've got bits of footage and things like that, and he obviously didn't last the amount of rounds he was supposed to in the spar,
Mm-hmm.
and it got a bit heated in the gym, but yeah.
Josh, have you, in that period of time where fights have been pulled out, and I asked if it was frustrating, but also like behind the scenes, is it sometimes hard to keep the motivation there when you have these fights pulled out on multiple occasions? Is it hard to, on a day-to-day basis, keep yourself going?
Um, I- I'm not sure about finding it hard to stay motivated, but it's just frustrating, and not obviously knowing when you're gonna fight, and it's been a long time, so it yeah, mentally it's a bit draining at times. But this show I'm on now is obviously just 2 weeks away, really. So yeah, it'll be good to get this one out of the way. I saw that Kevin had a fight recently,
Mm-hmm.
and it didn't go his way. So yeah, I have spoken to him since about me and him fighting, but yeah, I don't think it will happen.
That's what I was about to ask you. Like, you're getting back in the ring, coming off a loss yourself as well. What sort of opponent can we expect for you to be facing on this boxing heist bill on the 6th of November?
Um, I'm not really too sure. Um, I've just signed with a new manager, John Pegg,
Yeah.
and so I'm just leaving it down to him to sort out the opponent.
Has your
But I
has
don't,
your
I don't,
fort has your fortunes changed since you signed with John Peg? John, we know, is a very well connected kind of person, especially in the Midlands. Got fighters like the likes of Shakan Pitters as well, just springing to mind as well. But yeah, your fortunes, have they changed since you've signed with John?
um, I've only recently signed with him, so I've not had a fight under him yet. So um, but I've been down there and trained down there and sparred and things like that. So yeah, no, John definitely knows his stuff.
When I've was looking at you online, you came across to me as a very deep kind of character. Came across some posts about kind of life and fault and responsibility. In this time out, like what have you learned about yourself outside of boxing in general, but about yourself in this time out? What have you learned about yourself?
Um, I've learned a lot. probably too many things to just maybe mention now, but a big one's been patience. I'm not usually that patient, but I've had to be with all this COVID and not fighting since it was March last year. So yeah, it's not been easy. But there's fighters that haven't fought since 2019 or whatever. So yeah, it's just one of them things.
Dean Whyte's obviously set up this formation with Black Box Management, Black Box Global as well, with the Boxing Heist bill. Tell me about that call that you got that you'd be on this bill from Dean.
I forgot what me and Dean were speaking about. I don't think we were speaking about the show initially. I think maybe we were just speaking about boxing. Like me and you have been speaking about things not going ahead and just boxing in general. And then I done a photo shoot with him earlier on in the year as well. And so yeah, since then the show got mentioned, and yeah, that was it really. But yeah,
I can tell you're excited anyway for the fight for sure. But has he got a plan for you as well to get you out on these bills that he's got going on? Obviously, the first one's coming up on the 6th of November, but have you got plans to get yourself on further bills that he puts out as well?
Hopefully, if I perform the way I should perform, then he should want me on his other shows.
So how many times do you want to be out? Because I mean, like we're coming towards the end of the year now, I suppose, and in the back end of the year. But are you looking to kind of get yourself back in there, back in the ring, back out there to winning ways as well?
Yeah, of course. I'm doing a new weight as well. It's a new management, new weight. There's been quite a few changes.
What weight
I've been training. Obviously, I've been training down. I'm gonna be looking to do Super-Welter.
Okay.
So and obviously I've been training down at Hoddesdon as well, and there's a lot of good fighters down there. So yeah, there's been quite a few changes.
Why the change down from middleweight to Super-Welter?
I weren't really, even though I fought at middleweight, I weren't really at middleweight like that. Like since I turned pro and things like that, there was always talks about me doing Super-Welter anyway. So yeah.
It's an interesting decision to take yourself down to Super-Welterweight, which is a very thriving division in the British scene as well. We had some brilliant fights recently, kind of capped off by Ted Cheeseman capturing the British title against, Troy Williamson capturing the British title against Ted Cheeseman in a fantastic fight. That's a fight that you must have seen, and those are the heights that you'll want to get to eventually. First of all, let me get to your take on that fight.
Yeah, it was a good entertaining fight. I watched it obviously, and I've sparred Ted a few times and things like that. I've never done rounds with Troy, but yeah, he just looked too big and strong at the weight, really. Ted was doing really well at times. I didn't expect Troy to get him out of there at all, to be honest. But all it takes is one shot in boxing, obviously.
And he definitely found that shot. Let's get to another heavy hitter who was supposed to be in action next weekend against Otto Wallen, Dillian Whyte, who has had to pull out because of a shoulder injury, which is a shame. It was a good fight that we were all expecting to see, but we're not going to get to see Dillian Whyte defend his interim status next weekend.
Yeah, obviously I've seen, I'm not sure what you've seen, but I've seen a few bits on social media, people saying, even his opponent himself saying, there's people talking about Whyte pulling out to fight Fury, and I think people are a bit unsure whether to believe that he's actually injured or whatever, but I don't know. Dillian seems to fight anyone, whenever, wherever, so I can't imagine him making up an injury to not fight, but Who knows?
He might potentially fight Ottawa in a rescheduled fight, or he might end up fighting Tyson Fury. If he does end up fighting Tyson Fury, how do you think that fight would go?
It's a big ask to beat Fury, seeing how he's been performing recently. But White's a hard fight for anyone, really.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody has an easy night's work. So I guess it just depends who's prepared the best and how they both turn up on a night, really.
Another fighter under Dillian Whyte's stewardship is Alan Babich. He's a very interesting character. I don't know if you got to meet the Savage before. I've spoken to him a couple of times, and he's made me laugh like you're laughing there quite a number of times. But Alan Babich finds himself in another step up. It's not Lucas Brown this time. It's Eric Molina, who we've seen over these shores quite a number of times. Most recently, he was knocked out by Fabio Wardley. But Alan Babich seems to be taking on these opportunities and stepping up to the mark.
Yeah, no, I've never met him, but yeah, he's got an exciting style to watch. Mm-hmm. Exciting style. Did you see about Johnny Fisher saying he'll step in and fight replace White over an 8-rounder? He said. Mm-hmm. Yeah, what when I saw that, I didn't know if it was serious or not. It'd be good to see it though if it was to happen.
Yeah, Johnny Fisher looking to step up the mark there. Who's against Ottawa, which would have been a very interesting fight. Another thing I wanted to get your thoughts on as well is in the heavyweight division. We've seen Anthony Joshua, as the dust has settled, he's taken himself over to America and he's doing a bit of a tour around the gyms. He's gone to see Eddie Reynoso, Virgil Hunter, Robert Garcia, Ronnie Shields. So there's rumors kind of swirling about whether Anthony Joshua will stay with Robert McCracken or take himself over to America. What do you make of Anthony Joshua's current tour of the gyms around America?
Yeah, no, I think it's good. I just think in this corner in the fight, obviously everyone says their different little bits and everyone has an opinion and stuff after, but I think I probably heard about 3 different people in the corner, and yeah, I don't know. Obviously McCracken's been with him from the amateur days, so obviously I'm not sure about what goes on in camp and stuff, but it'd probably be good to keep him around. But add him to your team's never a problem, really, if you add the right person. So I think it could be good for him.
Josh, let's bring this back to you. For those who haven't seen you fight before, and we'll get the opportunity to see you on the 6th of November, what can they expect to see from you in the ring? What's your style like?
Maybe a box fighter, but after my last fight and how I've seen other fights go, maybe it'll be more of the fighting now and less of the boxing. Who knows?
Why would you look to sort of change your style a bit there?
I just feel like I can, and sometimes the boxing doesn't get you the decisions, or can leave room for people to be questioning certain things, and so yeah.
Just hoping you get through this next fight and you get that win. Where do you want to be in about a year's time? What's the kind of goal for you in the kind of short-term period?
To have a title, at least within a year, the next 12 months, definitely.
Mm-hmm. And what's your goal within the sport there? Obviously, everyone says they want to win the world title, but is that it for you? Do you want to go win that world title? Are you looking to kind of step up through your kind of English and British levels as well? What's the plan for yourself?
Oh yeah, no, I'd want to win all the titles along the way. Even people that don't fight for a Southern area or an English and skip levels and things like that. Some fighters I know have had to do it that way for whatever reasons. So but ideally it would be better to win all the titles on the way up. Like I wouldn't mind fighting for a Southern area title in the near future, within the next 12 months. But you can't always pick and choose what titles you fight for.
Definitely, such is the way of is boxing. You've got to take your opportunities and your chances when they come. And you've got an opportunity very soon, a couple of weeks away. Josh, I'll leave the final word with you. What message do you want to send to the people that we're watching, your fans that have followed your career so far? What's your message to them who will be seeing you coming out very shortly?
I just want everyone to make sure that they turn up and watch the fight, support all the other fighters, and it'll be interesting to see what people think of me at the new weight, and maybe the way I've switched up my style.
Looking forward to see you back in action. Wishing you all the best. Josh, thank you for speaking to Boxing Social. Appreciate it.
Thanks.
Top man.